Hi, I'm Amory, and I'm here with the Amory's Book Club selection for the month of June, which is Ink Blood Sister Scribe by Emma Törzs. Ink Blood Sister Scribe is that book that comes at the intersection of literary and speculative. That is my jam, and this novel does not disappoint. There's so much to uncover here. There's so much to explore. Interesting world building. It's not a thriller, but you will turn the page to find out what happens next. But at the heart of it all, you have a story that is very much about family, legacy, estrangement, and forgiveness. The story centers around two half-sisters, Joanna and Esther, one who has decided to stay and one who's decided to leave. Joanna has stayed at the family home. She's protecting a magical library. The magic system of the story centers around books, magical books that enable you to create spells, to use spells, and then these things are finite, so they are used up. So the family and their legacy is having this library, protecting the library, which is full of wonderful and dangerous magical spells. Having in your possession or your family's possession a library in which there are so many benign and utterly destructive spells, that's such a huge responsibility. Joanna takes that on. She maintains the family legacy. She stays. Part of it is wanting to do this, but a big chunk of it is also feeling responsible, because who else would do it, especially when her sister Esther has gone off and she's been traveling the world. No one's ever been able to really keep up with what she's doing. It almost seems like she's left the responsibility to her sister. So from Joanna's perspective, Esther has been globetrotting. Esther's own mother was killed by magic, but it's very mysterious. We don't really know what happened. So that is where we are when the story begins. Esther globetrotting, her mother having died by magical means, and Esther wanting nothing to do with anything. Joanna remaining at the family home, guarding the family library, her own mother living in town, but not allowed to step foot in the house or the library, because the library is within the house. And the story kicks off when Joanna and Esther's father dies, a book in his hand. So he's been killed magically as well. And now we're left to find out how and why this happened. So now you have Esther and Joanna coming back together, having to grieve and also uncover a lot of family secrets and heal a lot of old wounds. Aside from the magical ride that is this story had me thinking a lot about family legacy and what we owe our parents, what we owe our families, and what we owe ourselves. When you think about family, you think a lot about our parents, for instance, and the groundwork that they've laid to get us to where we are. It's almost like you look at every generation as achieving more, as gaining more stability. But at the same time, we're each individuals. We have our own desires. So take, for instance, if your family has spent a couple of generations building a family business, there's no guarantee that the children who inherit this business will want anything to do with it. They could, especially if you have more than one child. There are chances that maybe someone will be interested. At the same time, in wanting to honor a family legacy, there's, without question, there's probably some aspect of letting go of one's own desires. So you will have, say, 3 siblings, and you have a family business that maybe the parents built, maybe their grandparents built this business. How much responsibility do you have for keeping it going? Do you let the business just go to someone else? Is it dishonoring your grandparents or your parents' hard work? Is it ungrateful? Honestly, I mean, on one hand, handing down a family business is handing down a legacy and handing down a certain amount of stability, especially if the business is going well. In this case, it's a library, and it's not a business so much as it is a responsibility, like literally possibly preventing major battles, wars. If you think about a world in which magic can be weaponized, what do we owe our loved ones? What do we owe our grandparents, our parents? What do we owe ourselves? What do we owe our siblings, our family? I think at some point in time, every family has to deal with these questions one way or another. That's just a little of what Ink Blood Sister Scribe has to offer. Emma Törzs did such a beautiful job in crafting such an engaging, exciting, magical, but very, very real story. I'm so excited to share this book with you guys. Please follow the hashtags Read with Amory, hashtag Amory's Book Club. Follow along on Amory's Book Club IG at Amory's Book Club. And as always, we'll be having the conversation on my own personal IG at Amory, so make sure you join us there at the end of the month. Make sure you come through, bring your questions. This is such an exciting book. My hand is actually hurting is pretty heavy. The pages fly. So the story will just fly by. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. Make sure you let us know in the comments below. Also, as always, at AMERIE'S Book Club IG, we'll always be featuring the book, so you can always check in with us. Also, as always, we will be having our mid-month offer check-in, so just stay tuned into the read throughout the month at AMERIE'S Book Club on IG. In the meantime, happy reading.